And hello fellow Techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And yes, we are still on Zippy Mammo's account, that dreadful machine grind, guys. I don't know, it's been too long. I'm anxious to get back to my account so I can play all the tanks that I like. Unfortunately on Zippy's account I play only 4 tanks, like IS-7, Conqueror and Chieftain, which is new addition to Zippy's garage. Because for stage 9 it only requires tiers 9 and 10s, and unfortunately Zippy doesn't have any more 9 and 10s, so I keep on playing the same tanks and get aggravated all the time. Anyway, not that far to go, so hopefully we can finish stage 9 and then get to stage 10 and I guess use the gold to get through that stage, even though it's gonna hurt like hell. But I don't think I'm gonna do 500 million or whatever it is XP in stage 10 in, I don't know, 7 or 8 days. There's no way that's gonna happen. Anyway, in between my grind for the machine, I did end up playing a few other games, and one of them in particular I'm gonna show right now is in T29. Maybe it wasn't a particularly fantastic game because I ended up chasing the opposing team around for most of the time around the field, but it comes down to 1v1 at the end of the game, so that should keep you planted to your seats, guys. Again, it's not a particularly high damage game, but it showcases the strengths of T29 and what it can do at top tier. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. Just a word of warning, at one point during the game we're gonna switch to the third person view because unfortunately, like we used to say back in the day, I ran out of tape. Or should I say, I ran out of hard drive space. So basically the game got cut off in the middle and then I had to re-record the rest in a third person view. My apologies for that. I usually try to have enough hard drive space to record everything, but it happens every once in a while that I run out of space. Space running out of space, isn't that something, right? Anyway, let's not derail this video any more than we have to. So what are we doing here? Initially in T29 I would like to find myself in area C1, B1, somewhere around there, because you can utilize your gun depression, and there's a ridge over there at B2 where you can actually poke over and get some good damage early in the game. But unfortunately my team decided not to go there. That's why I was hanging back a little bit, making sure that, you know, I don't go alone, because the last thing you want to do is go anywhere alone, even if you're a top tier. I mean, in certain cases it works, but most of the cases it doesn't. So I decided to push with my team on this side, and since they had... Oh, hello. Yeah, we're gonna put one shot into your bottom plate. You're gonna poke out, aren't you? Ah, decided not to. I got a bunch of friendlies with me, man, so yeah, go ahead, poke out. You're gonna get punished. Gonna put another shell into him. Anyway, so because there's artillery in the game, maybe it wasn't such a bad choice to go through here, but we completely neglected the other side. So all these tanks that are sitting in the base area, well, it's not flag base mode, I guess it's a team destruction, but still around the spawn area all of these tanks are gonna die. Now come on, man, decide where you want to go. Yeah, I wanted to get to this kill here, but I don't think I'm gonna get to that, unfortunately. So as you can see, we're playing run around the rosy. Basically the opposing team went all through the other side and we all went through this side, and yeah, we're gonna be chasing them for majority of time here. They're gonna be chasing the other side, we're gonna be chasing this side. So what I probably should have done here is cut through exactly through the middle, but the problem is, well, so you see a light tank chasing the artillery over there. So is he gonna take him out of the game? Not yet, I guess. But there are tanks over there, so normally if you go through the middle here they will have shots at you. So last thing I want to do is cut through the middle until we clean this area up. So whatever shots I have presenting myself, I'm gonna take advantage of that. And T29, even though the gun could be troll on this, you know, the accuracy on the gun is not that bad. You know, you can actually use it as a sniper pretty reliably, I found. And at top tier with that turret that you have, nothing, absolutely nothing can touch you. T29 is absolutely fantastic tank, guys. Like any tier you play, whether it's tier 8 or tier 9, it's always gonna do well. because the turret armor, even tier 9s, they're gonna have trouble penetrating your turret armor unless they're like a TD, tier 9 TD, and you load like a heat round or something, then maybe you'll be able to go through the turret. But other than that, yeah, good luck penning this tank. So not only that, but premium round penetration is pretty good at 245 millimeters, I think. So maybe not in all the cases you'll be able to go through frontally through some of the armor at tier 9, but you will find usually somewhere to shoot at pretty reliably. Okay, as you just noticed, we just switched to the third-person view from replay system, so that's how we're gonna finish this game. But most of the battle will be happening up close, so hopefully you'll see what's going on here. So here I'm kind of concerned about the trailers. I don't know if there are any trailers from the Reds on this side of the map. Most of them already crossed the railroad, they're on the other side. But I don't know if there's anybody remaining here, as since the game is fairly close, I want to maintain my hit points. And that was the thinking here. Some would say that you're a top tier vehicle. Oh, hello, Black Prince. I see his ass over here, so we're going to put a shell into him. And we're going to try to find another shot at him. But I think he's going to disappear in a split second, so I won't be able to get a shot at him. Yeah, so some would say that I should probably, being a top tier, I should go through the middle and engage everyone frontally. Maybe that's the way to play it. But that's not the way I play. I mean, in certain cases I do, but I really want to make sure that I pay attention to every area of the map. So the idea here is to make sure that backlines are cleared, and if there's absolutely nothing in the backlines, then we're going to progress further and engage with my friendlies and see if we can dispatch of the rest of the Reds. So yeah, we're gonna take a while to climb up this hill over here, and I think most of my friendlies are actually gonna scoot right through the middle and engage these guys that are on the other side of the map. But yeah, I'm gonna keep coming through this way. Like I said, I want to keep the backlines clear, although the light tank probably should have spotted something if it was here. Yeah, that was kind of probably dumb play on my part. I should have probably already turned. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for here. Mushrooms? Wild mushrooms. I'm looking for wild mushrooms. Are there any wild mushrooms in this area? I'd like to pick some, please. I can make a good mushroom soup. Maybe that's what I do to myself, guys. I go wandering off all by myself every once in a while, and then the fight happens on the other side. They kill everybody else, so then I can show up and just wipe out everybody else. Especially when I'm top tier. No, trust me, that's not intentional. That's not what I do normally. But yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the light tank crossing through there, so he would have spotted whoever would be in this area anyway. Anyway, we're gonna follow our light tank. Let's see if we can get through here and get any of the shots at these guys that are sitting in the back here. It looks like our team is engaging all of these guys down there in G5, is it? So we're gonna try to see if we get a shot at this Minuteman. I think there's a Minuteman here. Yeah, we shot his side over here, and as you probably know, all that spaced armor on the side of Minuteman is almost impossible to penetrate. You have to shoot the front. So I was thinking going after him over here, but then I realized there's not a tank there. It's an M6, and if you've owned M6, and something else is shooting at me from the left too, but if you own M6, you'll know that the gun on that thing is, it can chew you to pieces, especially if you load APCR rounds or premium rounds on M6. That gun is fantastic, and it can go through pretty much anything. I can't remember the penetration on it, but it's pretty darn good. So I decided not to go there because basically my light tank has disengaged, and I don't want to be there by myself fighting 2 or 3 tanks. So I decided to push this side with the remainder of my team because everyone else is pretty much dead at this point in time. But I'm still full health. That should be fairly easy, right? We take out 3601. Now we're going to go after this KB3. Now KB3 is a little bit more difficult to deal with, so we're going to have to be really careful, and he looks like he's playing it smart. So we're going to use that dead wreck of a tank destroyer here. We're going to push it forward so that I cover my bottom plate, and then we're going to just kind of side scrape, play the tank right, side scrape, put a shell into his top plate, because I think at this point I have APCR rounds loaded. And again, if it's scary time at the end, guys, I won't spare a PCR or premium rounds. You want to be able to win the game, and you cannot afford crazy bounces. Especially KV3 has such troll armor, you never know. So we're gonna go after this T20 here. We gotta clear the back line before we can turn around and deal with the rest. So we're gonna put a shell into him. He tracks us in place, and I think he makes a mistake here. He probably should have went around me. Instead, he tries to hide behind the hill, and yeah, you have no escape here, buddy. So this is his shot, and we put the shell into him. So it's 2v2 situation now, but unfortunately our light tank gets taken out. So what we're gonna do here, I'm not gonna rush like a crazy maniac. I know I have enough health to deal with these guys, but I don't want to push and get flanked. So I'm gonna hold this position here. I'm gonna set myself up, hold down. I know they're gonna come after me because there are two of them and there's only one of me. So important thing is to get the first shot into one of them, and I do get the first shot into the M6. We're gonna back out, use our turret and our gun depression. Now I see the side of Minuteman, and I actually put a shell right into his side, but it doesn't pen with a premium round. Figured that out. M6 puts a shell into my track and damages me. So I see the front of Minuteman here. We're gonna take him out of the game, and I don't think M6 has a shot at me right now. Once I backed in, he sees my turret, so he's got no shot, and I'm reloading. After I finish reloading, we're gonna come out, and he's a one shot to me, so we should be able to take him out of the game. Boom. Game over. So that's it. T29 at top tier. Just a fantastic machine. Absolutely fantastic machine. If you know how to play it right, if you play the tank to its strengths, if you use your turret, use your ridge lines to engage the opposition, you will have a really good time in this tank. Absolutely. The alpha is fantastic. The penetration is fantastic. One of the best tanks at tier 7 together with Tiger, and some might argue that Tiger is better than T29. In my opinion, T29 is a better tank. Anyway, nothing spectacular. I think my max damage in T29 is something like 5.7, almost 6k damage. So this is not even close to that. But because it was a close game and it came down to 1v1 and it was a top gun, I thought I'll just show it to you guys. 1719 base XP, 6 kills, 3104 damage. We fired 18 shots, we had 16 direct hits and 13 penetrations. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out Guy72 and Garadengi. That's it for today. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.